Now, you and I both know that we can't do everything we want to do, okay? But at the same time, if we don't look after ourselves, then we're going to struggle in our business life and we're also going to struggle in our home life. Now, I find that I tend to go into three places. One is there's my business life, like the things I have to do to make sure my businesses are working properly. And then there's my home life, making sure my wife and kids are happy and on track and that, I'm serving them the way I need to. And then there's time for me. And I know that when I'm short of time, the first time that goes is time for me. Because it's the easiest thing to get rid of. You can sleep a bit less, or you can not, hang out with friends. You can not socialize, or you can just basically take that time that would normally be reserved for me and give it to my wife and kids, or give it to work. But in the long term, that's not going to pay off, because to your business, you are an asset. And you wouldn't mistreat an asset at work. You wouldn't go kick a computer, or you wouldn't go and burn down your building. They're assets. You look after them. Well, in the same way, you're actually one of your business's most important assets. You need to look after yourself. Now, if you've just started a startup company, you may not have time, and I get that. There were times where I really didn't look after my exercise. In fact, there was a day I found myself in the back of an ambulance because I just pushed myself too hard, and you live and learn. Okay, but if I look at my life now, I play sport at least twice a week. I read probably 2 books a week. I have a lot of social time and a lot of time with my wife and my kids that I just love. I feel like my self-care is just so on track. But it wasn't always like that. But it only got on track because I made the hard decisions to put systems in place and to make sure my profitability at work was healthy enough so that I could not have to be there so much. And sometimes those hard decisions are worth making. And the 4 areas that are most easy to let go of, the 4 areas of self-care that will drop first, tend to be, well, first of all, socializing, spending time with friends. You go, oh, I'm just busy this week or whatever. Your diary needs to have things you can look forward to that are social. If you don't have those things, then part of you is not healthy. You don't want that. Another area that people struggle to book in is for their health, for their physical fitness. Now, as soon as you're working 50-hour weeks, 60-hour weeks, 70-hour weeks, your fitness just goes out the door like that. You're just gone. So making sure you're booking in that regular exercise, eating well, getting a good night's sleep. It doesn't have to be every night, but get a good night's sleep at least sometimes to look after yourself physically. And then there's the spiritual part of you, or the emotional part of you, the part of you that connects on sort of a deeper level than just the here and now. Because I feel like we ignore that part of ourselves to our own peril. There's a part of us that to stay in the game long term, we need to know the why of why we're doing things. And that part of us, whether you want to call it emotional or spiritual or whatever it is, that part of you that just knows that you're doing things for something more, it takes time. You've got to build that time into your life. And then the fun times, just going and doing something for fun, going and seeing the latest movie that came out that you've been looking forward to. Those fun times are important. Now, obviously you keep it in balance. You look at what your business time needs are, your family time needs, and then you look at your self-care time needs, but don't be a martyr for the sake of your business. It's not a cool look. It's not a good look. What it really says is, I didn't take the time to structure my business properly, so now I have to work like a slave. Oh, look at me. It's like, that's not a good look. Okay, that's being a martyr instead of going, right, I need to fix my business processes, I need to fix my profitability so I can pay others to do this stuff, and then I need to get out of the way. That's actually a better look, and that's what you want to be aiming towards. And if you're not there yet, that's okay, but set some plans in place and get there.